Oh, hang on. I got a mic condom for you.
Can we call it a Mike Fro?
Well, Tim is gone.
I get that.
These are made for
Just
those ball microphones that you
get close.
Let's see if it fits.
If you hear any rustling,
I got 6 for $3
that's
on
my
eBay.
beard
Oh, that's a great deal.
on the mic condom. Alternatively,
Hey.
It's all that.
you might be listening to a podcast entirely about Alec.
Oh my god.
Oh, Tim's back. Never mind.
Oh, shit.
We'll save that for another time.
We got intro music now. Were you guys here the last time we had intro music?
Yeah, you had intro music the
Yeah.
first time.
Did we?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No.
You might not have it. You put it in post.
Oh yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah. Damn.
Anyways, I'm dancing right now.
This isn't that.
You can't see it, but I'm dancing.
I'm sorry. I was trying to enjoy the
boogieing.
moment with you guys.
Boogieing.
And
All right, I'll boogie.
yeah, boogie a little bit. Damn. Well, today on the podcast, it's just Tim, Alec, and Charles. No Lucas, because screw him, apparently.
Apparently.
He didn't show up. He's like, hey, can we do this Saturday at 11? He's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, well, then fuck you, man.
Well,
He's a bad person.
Yeah, I agree. He's a very bad person.
He's a bad guy.
But we got lots of cool stuff today.
He's
We got some
probably-
sad news to start off.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that till the music's done because I don't want to, be distasteful.
Should be a little inappropriate.
Yeah, there we go. It's done.
Okay,
Right.
Muhammad Ali died.
Yeah.
so that's
Oh God, that was just. Why did I laugh at that? Oh Jesus.
Sorry.
well,
He was
that's just it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he did
the
die.
best-
Well, he was 70.
70 something.
4. I got written down here as Muhammad Ali dead at 74, the greatest shit talker of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was the greatest
Yeah.
of all time in terms of boxing, but
Yeah, I think he was probably the most dominant heavyweight boxer of all time.
Yeah.
Is
and I think it's because his
How
shit
he's-
talking game was just fantastic.
Yeah, I think he was kind of like the Wayne Gretzky of that.
I agree.
Of
Michael
not
Jordan.
shit talking, but of
He's probably
boxing.
the Michael Jordan of shit talking.
Probably Michael Jordan of shit
Yeah,
talking.
that's actually pretty accurate.
Apparently,
well,
Michael,
like some of his
apparently
stuff,
Michael
like,
Jordan's just a huge dick. Like,
No, that
apparently,
makes
in the
perfect sense.
game,
Really?
he was just like, he
While
would
he was
always
playing?
like in the game, he was just talking shit all the time. Like people taking free throws, he's just calling out your mom or something, just not being nice.
Hey, your mom.
turns out the way to make yourself look better is to make the other guys look bad
Mm.
by shit talking and throwing them off their game.
And then scoring threes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good
That
one.
helps. That helps.
But yeah, apparently Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's for 32 years.
Yeah.
That's tough, eh?
For 32 years.
See,
I remember when he threw out the first pitch at the World Series.
Oh, the Red Sox game? Was it?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was
cool.
pretty wicked.
That was like something
I
special.
mean, considering like he was already like affected by the disease.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was doing his thing still. That was
Yeah.
pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you look at his age and you're like, 74, whatever. You're like, that's not too old. But he lived with Parkinson's for 32
like
years.
that's almost half his
Like,
life.
Holy shit.
That's almost half his life. Like,
Yeah.
how do you like manage
That's
with that?
wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy cupcake.
That's
Have
quite
good
brave.
family behind you.
Oh, that's true.
That's a good network.
That's true. Well, apparently his
Strong
daughter. I learned this yesterday. His daughter's a very successful boxer.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
Really?
I didn't know that. She's I don't know what like division like weight class she's in or whatever, but she's apparently very successful.
Oh, that's
for her.
fantastic. Yeah. Good for
Yeah,
her.
like holy crap, runs in the family, right?
Oh, jeez.
That's it was kind of sad.
But
when
I feel
heard
like
it.
if my dad was Muhammad Ali, I'd probably take up boxing. It'd
Yeah,
just
that's
be one
true.
of those
Yeah.
things.
Well, because he could teach you some tips and tricks that no one else
Well,
knows.
then
might-
why
he might
didn't
have something.
Wayne Gretzky's daughter take up hockey?
Because she's a whore.
she's hot.
Yes.
And he likes Stephen Harper.
He did what? Really?
Yeah, he's like.
Oh, he endorsed him last
yeah, he
election.
endorsed
wow.
him last election. I was like,
That's-
man.
what? Come
Gretzky, you're
on.
letting us down, man.
We can no longer call you the greatest of all time because that's a bad choice,
That's just
Gretzky.
not
Oh, well.
great. Well, what are you
Oh,
gonna
well.
do? What are you gonna do?
It happens.
I'm gonna fight him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight him like I didn't fight Ed. Should have fought Ed.
Fucking Ed. Okay,
Fuck
yeah, we were
that
talking about this
guy.
before,
Okay.
and while I only recorded like half of that conversation, so I don't know if we'll get it all in. But you went to a pub last night.
The
You played
Ivan-
pool
to a
against us?
pub. Wanted to play some pool.
Some billiards.
Pretty seedy pub
Yeah.
downtown.
Pretty gross.
We put our name on this chalkboard, and this guy Ed taught us the rules of the guy who wins.
This is
The-
province wide.
Yeah, this is
province-wide.
Province-wide rules.
Okay.
He insisted.
He insisted.
He insisted that this was province-wide.
Oh sure,
It's in the Constitution. Now.
Sounded like bullshit to me. But anyways, put our name on this chalkboard. And Ed says, whoever wins the game plays the next challenger on the chalkboard. So you could be playing a complete stranger, which is fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
Unless you're playing some dick named Ed.
Fucking Ed. Oh my God, I hate this guy already.
Okay, so Charles gets up there.
I get up there and I he starts giving me these pointers. Basically, it's like, oh, you see how you're playing pool? You're doing it wrong. And, we saw him kind of smoke the guy before us, and we were like, oh, fuck,
Hustle the bitch.
Jeez. He just didn't see. He was from Langley, though. He didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you can't help him.
Nothing.
So I watched this, and I was like, geez, this guy knows what he's doing. Ed comes here for fun. Like,
that's
Ed's
that's
the kind
the
of
thing
thing
to do
where,
on a
like,
Friday night, right?
Ed comes here, doesn't drink.
He wasn't there with people.
Yeah, no, he was there alone.
He was there to play pool.
He was there to play pool.
Alone.
Anyways, Ed doesn't
And
drink.
be a dick.
Might have one beer because that'll make him a little sharper.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I thought.
I got up there and I got hustled.
Yeah,
I almost didn't get any balls, and then I got a couple, and then that was it. It was over, and I was just left in a puddle of sadness and shame.
Mm.
And Alex steps up, and
My name was next on the board. I had to fucking play Ed. Yeah. So anyway,
Was he like intentionally trying to throw you off with like bad tips, or like what was the
No.
situation?
They were tips.
They were
They were
tips.
like
but
helpful,
it was,
but
It was just the delivery.
yeah, the delivery was very condescending.
condescending.
Just like, hey, you're here to have fun. Not anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you
so
wanted
we,
a casual game?
He's not at a pool. He's not like at a billiards club. Like,
right?
You're at a pub, dude. Like, chill out.
You're at a pub, dude. Chill out. Could be applied to this situation.
Yeah. That's
Anyways,
a
I
fair
got
line.
up there, and I'm okay.
Start strong.
I'm not very good. I'll say that. I want to be good. I want to hustle. I want to be Ed, but less of a dick.
That's a good goal to
Yeah, it's a
strive
good
for.
goal to.
That's
That's the thing to
Because it'd
strive
be
for.
Long-term
kind of cool
goals.
to just be like a super spy, and then all of a sudden some guy challenges me to a game of billiards, and I'm trying to like suss him out because he's like
Like a Russian assassin or something.
tearing down the rainforest or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
And that's my mission. And so I gotta hustle him at pool. I gotta play bad for the first couple of rounds. Then when we put money on it, I'll just beat the bitch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just think that'd be fun. Anyways, I want to be Ed, but less of a dick. Because Ed, I did okay. He was getting a little worried. He definitely didn't want to leave that pool table. That was his night.
That was
If
his
he
night.
gets off that pool table, he has to wait a half hour alone drinking beer for his name to come back up.
It's probably good that we lost. We gave him a night. If we had beaten him, it just would have been awkward, and they probably would have hung around trying to talk to us. And that.
Well, the poor guy would have gone home defeated. You never know
that.
what he's going to do when he gets there. Beat his wife or something. I don't know.
Oh, good God.
I mean,
I mean, Ed seems like the kind of guy to do. I haven't met him,
just won,
but he seems like the kind of guy who would do that.
He didn't
get
really
that.
seem like the kind of guy to have a wife.
Oh,
What do you?
I can second that.
Yeah.
okay.
But
Maybe.
Well, I had a
maybe he
similar
could,
situation,
Beat
like-
his body pillow.
When I was living in Regina,
don't. All right.
you love it. Come on,
Pretty.
it's pretty fucking funny. I love the song. And I actually listen to it every morning when I wake up. But when
Is
I
it
was,
your alarm clock music?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Jeez, eh?
oh yeah. And I had this work party when I was in Regina, and we went to. It was like a games hall, so it was like an arcade. It had pool tables, and it had like shooting games. It had
Sweet.
those skee ball,
Skee ball.
and
Sweet ass.
Skee ball.
had all that like basketball.
You ever
shoot.
seen somebody just try to shoot like a basketball skee ball?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that.
I imagine
And
that
it's
doesn't work very well.
well, it's
doesn't
just
work.
like, what do you do?
It's like this makes no sense.
It's not okay.
Yeah, this isn't the thing, man.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, and we were most people were playing on the pool tables all night, and then I go up and we're all rotating kind of through playing this one guy that we worked with, and this guy's just incredible.
Yeah.
Like we were all just like trying our best, like giving each other tips, like come on man, you can do this, man. But he wasn't a dick like Ed.
Oh, well, at least he was a good sport about
He was a
it.
good sport about it.
He just happened to be
naturally
really
better
good
than
at
everyone.
pool.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
like that's him and a buddy used to always go out and play pool, so he got really good at it. And yeah,
You guys ever seen The Gambler? You ever
No.
seen that movie? So
No.
good. Check that out.
Who's-
Listeners,
who-
watch
what's-
The Gambler.
Who's in it? What's the
Paul
who made it?
Newman.
Who's
Paul Newman's in it.
the
It's
older
was that from the 70s?
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, 70s something. I don't know. Anyways, really good movie. Check that one out.
My favorite is Cool Hand Luke.
That's a good one.
That's my
classic.
favorite. The egg scene is just the best.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, good.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I'd
we'll watch
recommend it.
that.
I'd recommend it. It's fun.
It's on my list, yeah.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, also classic.
Oh, I haven't watched that ever in my life.
Yeah.
I've never watched Butch Cassidy.
On my
Oh man,
list
that
again.
is you gotta watch that.
Jeez, well, apparently I've got a to-do list now for the weekend.
Yes, 2 Paul Newman
The Gambler and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Before you
and
guys
the
got
Sting.
here.
Watch
Oh,
the
the Sting. The Sting,
mean-
I've had that on my list. I just never watched it.
If you wanted, you could throw
No, you
Cool
got-
Hand Luke back in there.
Yeah,
just
get
for a
4
refresher.
movies.
Yeah,
there.
get like a nice
Just
marathon
watch a
going.
Why
lot
not?
of Paul Newman.
A nice marathon going. Or another one I really like is... Oh, wait, no, Paul Newman's not it. I was thinking The Great Escape.
No,
That's
that's
my one.
Steve McQueen.
That's one of my favorite movies
yeah,
of all time.
that was Steve McQueen.
I really love that
Cool
movie.
name. That's
You guys
just
seen-
a great
you
name.
guys
Steve
ever seen-
McQueen, or
Steve McQueen. That's a
That's
great
a-
name.
Oh,
and now
it's the
there's
sweetest
a
name ever.
director that has the same name.
Also named Steve
Really?
McQueen. Yeah.
I thought it was the same
prefer
guy,
actor
actually.
Steve McQueen.
I think I saw like a movie that was directed by Steve McQueen. I was like, really? I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's not the same guy.
Yeah,
Not-
it's
not the same one.
They don't look anything alike.
No.
Yeah.
Old Steve McQueen was like this badass, like white blonde hair, blue eyed,
Oh, yeah.
handsome,
Aryan.
super famous actor.
Cool guy, yeah.
And then this guy, he's a black British movie director.
Oh.
He's good. He's good. He makes.
Oh,
some
he makes good
movies.
movies. I think he's been.
But not the same
Why
guy,
not? Why
that's
not?
for
not the
sure.
same guy. Definitely.
Bullet's a good movie, too, if we're just
Bullet.
gonna throw
Yeah, we're
things
just
out
throwing
there.
good
Yeah,
movies
no,
out there.
just
Yeah,
throw
Bullet. That doesn't have Paul Newman or
Neither.
Robert Redford, but it does have. Anyways,
Steve McQueen.
yeah, him.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways.
It was a tough morning for Allie.
I just
you-
woke up.
We called you like that when we were going to start the podcast, or you called us, and you're like,
I was
"Oh, is
gonna-
it what happened?" But before you guys got here, I was watching the Blue Jays in 30. You know that they
Oh,
cut
yeah.
the game
Yeah,
down to
yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes. It's the only way
It's
I
the
can
only
watch
way to
baseball
watch
now.
it. It's the only way to
Yeah.
watch
Because
it.
otherwise, it's like
Gives Canada a chance.
I don't want to sit like 3 hours and just watch
It's tough. I get it. It's tough.
160 something times a year. You
Yeah.
know, because they have
That's
what
a lot of
162 games a year. Or?
Yeah.
62. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to sit
just a
there
lot of
for
games.
3 hours 162 times a year. It's tough.
But
so
30
yeah,
minutes.
it's the only way I can watch baseball now. I mean, I play baseball, and sometimes even like we'll get to the 8th inning when we're playing. I'm like, wow, this is boring.
So what you're saying is, if we ever go see a game down in Seattle, just see
Yes.
the Mariners play, you just want to go in for the last half hour.
Well, maybe the first half hour. Even.
Oh, okay,
Who knows?
yeah.
I mean, probably like,
Call.
That'd be
or
good.
like half hour watching the game, half hour like eating garlic fries on the mezzanine.
Good call.
those garlic fries.
Right?
Oh my god,
You sweat
they're so
garlic.
good.
It's
Oh,
so
there's
good.
so much garlic. Oh, there's
Like,
so
why
good.
do you
Can we
smell
go
like
there?
garlic?
Can we just go there right now? I just want to go get some garlic.
All right,
fries.
we're stopping the podcast. Screw this.
Yes.
Mm.
Awesome.
Mm.
Why do you smell like garlic? Well, I ate garlic fries at Safeco Field 3 days ago, and I've been unable to stop sweating it.
Can't wash it off.
It's just there.
I mean, that sounds about right. I thought that was a joke. Like, our mom always made the joke, like, Dad Alec and I would have garlic fries down at the Mariners game, and we would drive back up, and she's like, oh, it smells like garlic in here. You got this sweating garlic. And then when we were in Joshua Tree, we went to an LA Dodgers game.
Yeah,
Ben Alec and I all got
and they had the garlic.
garlic
got the
fries.
garlic
And
fries.
later that night, like, we were sitting in the car, and I was like, I smell like garlic.
Yeah.
I reek
I'm
of
sweating
garlic.
this
And
shit.
all three of us were just sweating garlic.
Oh God.
In
Yep.
the California
That's
heat, and it was
brutal.
like, this is real.
Well, the heat doesn't help; it makes it
No.
worse.
Makes it worse.
It makes it smell
Yeah.
worse.
And
Yeah.
it was hot.
It was a
It
warm
was
one.
so hot.
California living.
Mm.
Oh, I went for a haircut on Thursday.
It looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate
I was
that.
gonna
Chaz.
I was gonna say
mention,
something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It
looks
good.
guys. Thank you.
Handsome.
Thank you. But I went to this new place across from my work,
Oh yeah.
and I just saw it when I was out earlier in the day. I saw it. I was like, oh, I'll go there after work, get my haircut. And I go in, and it's this place where like they do the whole thing where you like lean back into the sink,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
wash your hair before
That's
they
nice.
cut it and everything.
Nice.
And
They give you the scalp massage.
yeah, they do the scalp massage. They shampoo it, they condition it, and then they're like, okay, we'll go cut it. They cut it, and then she takes you back to the sink. She washes it again.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she takes it back, and then she styles it for you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What?
That's
It was
like a
amazing.
damn-
Wow.
There's
2 washes?
I think there's 2 of these things in Surrey, and then like
That's
there's
fantastic.
another one in Calgary, but I mean we don't have fucking Calgary.
Dang.
But yeah,
how
it
much,
was so good.
How much did that cost?
How much they charge
It
you?
was like $34.
Yeah.
That's really reasonable.
I know
think.
for all that service, I was like,
a
wow.
lot of service.
There's a woman in Olympic Village, my boss knows, and she's charging $60 for a men's haircut.
Whoa.
And I'm
60
like,
bucks?
that's steep.
That's
Damn.
For a men's haircut.
For a men's haircut. Yeah.
Most
I
I've
get,
ever
you know,
paid
it's a-
was 40, and I felt like
You felt like you got a little.
Well, yeah, with
I didn't
like
get
little
2
hustle.
washes, and I didn't get styled. They just felt really confident that their scissor work was worth $40, and I
Jesus.
didn't. So I
You
didn't
know,
go back.
Man,
This was good because like this place, like they offer you a beer or like when you go in.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you have to buy the beer, obviously. But
Well, yeah,
you can
but
sit there and
still.
drink a beer while you get your hair cut.
I mean, that's just great service.
that's-
each
great
like little
service.
stall had a little TV that you could. I mean, a remote to change
You
the
don't even
channel.
have to worry about chit chat.
Yeah, and I mean, well, I did talk to her because there was this one when I was waiting. There was this one thing on Sportsnet, like 3 or whatever. I don't know what they call them. Sportsnet something.
Something.
You guys ever heard of hurling? The sport hurling?
No.
It's Irish. Okay, but the basic
I feel
concept,
like
it's like played on a rugby / soccer sized field,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a goal on each end.
Yeah.
Similar to a soccer goal, and I'm not going to mix with a rugby / football fucking uprights, yeah. And these guys have a paddle with a little like
Oh, I have heard of this.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like they got a small ball the size of a tennis ball, but
So
I think it's like a bouncy texture, and then they got a paddle, and they wear a helmet and just shorts. Like it's just the weirdest fucking thing ever. And there's about 11 guys on the field, just like soccer, I think, and they're like hitting this ball like up and down the field with this paddle. And then they're not allowed to pick it up with their bare hand. They have to pick it up with the paddle and then transfer to their bare hand to toss it back to themselves to hit it.
Okay.
And I was watching this while I was waiting to get my haircut. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'd never seen this sport before in my life.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks wicked fun.
And yeah, full contact.
Yes.
So it's like
And-
rugby.
It's like rugby
with a little bit of lacrosse,
and
The other
hockey.
cool
with
thing.
a little bit of like cricket involved.
It's so weird.
The other cool thing is when they'll have it on the paddle, and it's like basketball dribbling, where they'll just bounce it up and down.
Yeah,
on the
there was one
paddle.
dude running doing that.
Yeah, and then you see them like hit it up over another person, and then dodge the person, and then go back and like keep hitting. It's
So
amazing.
cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
So do you have to get it between the uprights or in the goal?
That's the thing. When you get it in the goal, it's one goal. It counts as a goal. But when
Okay.
you get it over top of the bar, you get 1 point. And a goal is worth 3 points. So the scoring looks like it was a 0 at the time I was watching, a 0 and then a dash like 21 points. So 0 goals, 21 points.
Right.
If you score a goal, it counts as 3 points. So basically,
Okay.
whoever has the most points obviously wins.
Yeah.
It was Cork in Ireland, their team playing against some other team I didn't recognize. But
Yeah.
apparently, it's like 3,000 years old.
Holy shit.
They've been playing it in Ireland and Scotland and like wherever
Wales,
for
probably.
3,000 years. And I was like, this is the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Like I'd heard of the name hurling before, but I'd never
I've
seen it like on TV or in action or anything.
I only saw it because there was a thing on YouTube, and I don't know how I got to this, but it was like the best hurling plays, and all I saw was a picture, like the thumbnail was a huge person, a really
they're big
large
too.
person,
Yeah, they're big.
who had the ball like on his paddle, and he was like pushing someone off, and it was in the air, and he's just looked mad. I was like, whatever
That's
this
so
is, I need to
badass.
know, and so I clicked on it. It was just super exciting.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
Because
Yeah.
they like there was one point where there's 2 guys on one end of the field, one each of the opposite team, and this guy just takes the ball, whacks it all the way down the field, and then the camera pans, and you just see the whole rest of the teams waiting there, like 10 guys each, just waiting, and then the ball comes in, they all just like smash into each other trying to get to this ball. It was amazing.
That sounds.
I gotta find like the schedule
sounds
for
pretty
this because
cool,
that's
yeah.
something I would watch like 2-3 hours of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys run into
easily.
it. It's like when you watch Australian football. You guys ever
Yeah.
watch it?
Yeah.
Australian football is
That's
really
great.
interesting.
Do they play that? You guys have heritage in New Zealand. Do they play that there?
Yeah, that's a question for you.
Probably
bro.
played in New Zealand, but rugby's
Rugby's
just bigger.
way
They-
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Australian football, you watch that on like TV once in a while. It's so weird.
Yeah,
rules are
you
so
see
weird.
it down there. I don't know if it's as big to play down there, but you
Yeah.
definitely see it on TV and stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
But no, rugby's.
Yeah. Well,
rugby's
that's tops.
what it is
I mean,
there.
they dominate in it, so it's no question.
No,
Yeah, that is
it's
their
huge.
thing.
It is their thing. When I went, they were like, they expected me to know like their local celebrities. They were like, "Oh, do you know who John Alamu is?" I'm like, "No."
I'm not familiar.
Richie McCaw? I'm like, "No." And they're like, "You don't know Richie McCaw?" I'm like,
Are these people?
yeah, that is the captain of, or former captain of the
The
All
national
Blacks,
team?
and
Yeah.
I think another former captain of the All Blacks, but both
Really
very
famous.
big in the
Well,
New Zealand
if
communities.
they ever come here, we should just be like, you don't know Mario Lemieux?
yeah.
How do you not know Mario Lemieux?
Although they did know Wayne Gretzky, they
Curtis
compared.
Osgood?
Well, he's like
They
yeah.
Nice.
compared it,
international,
yeah,
like
they compared it to
Oh,
Wayne
yeah,
Gretzky.
he's
Oh,
a,
that's pretty cool.
He's a
Yeah,
no,
that's
well
pretty
known
cool.
name.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I was talking to my dad the other day about the NBA finals. Like usually I'm not interested, in the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you got Golden State is playing Cleveland, and that's Steph Curry versus LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like two of the best players
Like ever
right now.
Yeah, for
playing
sure.
against each other, and like that's kind of interesting. Like that's something I'd like to watch. Like
Yeah.
I don't usually watch
Just
basketball.
high performance athletes doing
Well,
their
it's
thing.
just like they're just better than everyone else. So it's
Yeah.
like you watch them play. It's like they're playing against children sometimes. It's like
do you
holy
think,
shit.
like, do you think they make out afterwards?
I hope so.
Mm.
In my dreams, at least they do.
Yeah.
I think actually the good thing. I think both of those players are very friendly.
Yeah.
Like
nice
They
people?
seem
Yeah,
like good
there was-
sports, good
it's-
sportsmanship.
I know LeBron James is like beloved by
Mm.
like other teams.
I bet.
Everyone regards him as
Just
being like
really
an
respectful.
awesome dude.
That's cool. Well, it's kind of
And-
like Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's
Yeah.
just like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, apparently he's super nice,
It's
and
so nice.
everyone loves
so
him.
cool to
Yeah.
hear, you know.
Yeah.
Aside from just
Well, it's like you have
know.
millions upon millions of dollars, but you're still a swell guy.
Yeah.
you just have so much power in your sport, in your world, but you're just like,
The-
humble.
At work, we were we've been following the Stanley Cup or like the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
and every day that there'd be a game, we'd all follow it on our phones, and we all had who we were cheering for, and probably the Stanley Cup matchup right now was our least favorite possibility
Oh,
for
yeah.
what it was going to be. We were hoping something with St. Louis or
Oh, I wanted St. Louis to get in
yeah,
the
really
finals.
badly. We wanted to see Washington, and
Big time.
we wanted to see pretty much anyone but the Penguins.
I was pulling for Washington to win it all,
Yeah,
and then they got knocked out. I was like, ugh.
that was very surprising. But yeah, we just wanted it to be different.
Yeah,
And,
the matchup right now, to be honest, I don't like the Sharks, the Penguins.
Sharks. Yeah.
I want the Sharks
Yeah.
to win simply because I want Joe Thornton to win a Stanley Cup.
Ooh.
That beard
yeah.
is too good to pass
Oh.
up.
Yeah, I would like that. That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
Well, this is what, his like 16th
Yeah.
freaking year or something in the NHL. Like the guy's
Yeah.
never even been to the finals, I don't think.
No.
Veteran. Yeah.
Yo, huge veteran. Got a gold medal for Canada.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, I'd say
yeah.
he's probably got a couple. He got snubbed to the Olympic captain last time.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I was like, really? Joe Thornton isn't
In
good enough to be your
Sochi?
captain?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's not
well,
good
that's like San Luis not getting
Or-
picked for the team.
Yeah.
Like, that was so weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like
That was strange.
Initially, he made it
okay.
eventually, but
Canada's this isn't the way that Ben describes it to me, and I think it's actually really good if you know the game, if you know what we're talking about. Taylor Hall is probably one of the big upcoming.
oh yeah,
Like
big name.
he's a big deal. He's
a
plays
young
for the
gun.
Edmonton Oilers. One of the basically the big prospect of a couple of years ago. Taylor Hall plays on the fourth line for Canada. He would be a first line center on
any team.
other
Any
team.
team.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
team. Any other like international team.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time.
Like
Yeah.
first line, no problem.
Yeah.
But he plays on the fourth line for Canada. That's just like we
You're
don't.
good, Taylor.
we-
You're just not good
We
enough.
can't put you any higher because we have better players. than you.
Yeah, it's like we got Crosby,
But
we
I'm
got
really,
Thornton,
really
we got-
good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are really, really good. But
Everyone else
we
is
have
really,
really,
good too.
really, really good players.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You gotta up your shit, Taylor.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. It's like
the market's kind of saturated for Canadian hockey players.
Yeah,
I mean, if we can get
exactly.
real, like we got some good guys.
well, I mean, when we were in grade 12, we took a PS2 to school and we played in
Oh,
the
this
secret
is
room that we had
so-
access to.
Oh, this is a great.
We played NHL 2K7, was it?
Yes, NHL
And-
2K7.
Yeah, and Ben Laird would always pick Austrian, I think the
Awesome.
team was. And there was one center on that team who somehow always scored.
Brendaneer.
Brendaneer was his name.
His name was
Oh, Lord.
Brendaneer, and I don't even know if I think we Googled him one time and we didn't find him, but he would always score.
Yeah.
Like every time we got a breakaway, immediate goal.
Yeah, it was
It
unreal.
was shocking. Like
He
he
was playing
scored
against-
6-7 goals a game.
He was playing
It was
against like
hilarious.
NHL teams and
Yeah.
like what?
Jeez,
Yeah,
man.
and like the rest of the team was garbage. Like straight up would miss passes.
Big time.
and it was just ridiculous. But as soon as Brendan Ear would be on the ice, and he was on the ice all the time,
Yeah.
he automatically scores. Bull crap, man.
Yeah.
Bull crap.
Yeah. Well,
Interesting.
yeah, it happens. I mean,
What are you gonna do?
it's
But it
sometimes
was
with these
super
games
fun
you can't
doing that.
scale that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember one time. So, if we want to get a little bit more backstory into this,
Mm-hmm.
this room we would play this in was the theater, the theater lighting room.
Yeah, the control room
the
for the
lighting
theater.
control room at the top of the theater, because both Tim and I were the nerds that sat up there. and
techs.
Tim did the sound at all the microphones and whatnot, and
Yeah.
I would do the lighting.
Yeah.
And funny enough, Tim has since gone into radio, and I've
That's
gone into
sound
film
related.
lighting. How crazy is that?
Oh yeah, baby.
Wow, we were slackers. Anyways,
That's true.
we
Yeah,
brought
big
this
time.
PS2 up into the theater, the top of the theater lighting room.
No one could see us.
And we would just play because we would have to sit there throughout these big, long
Yeah, the assemblies and stuff.
And so we'd sit there, and I can remember one time there was an assembly with like our entire grade was there, but we
The
we
theater
didn't
was
have
full.
theater was full.
It was full.
And all of our friends were in the audience, and the guy that was doing the talk was pretty interesting. Like he seemed like a really nice guy. But we didn't have to listen because we were.
Well, we'd seen it like four times already.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time it got to that.
And so we're sitting up there just playing, and then all of a sudden we kind of hear something, and I looked up, and the entire
Yeah.
like grade 12 class was turned around, looked directly
Like
at
at
me
us.
because the guy that was doing the talk needed his mic turned up or something.
Oh no, I
What
think
was it?
he wanted to he had a PowerPoint and he wanted to turn the lights down.
Oh yeah, he wanted to, and like everyone was looking at me because he'd clearly been like trying to call us, but you can't hear anything from the lighting room.
Yeah.
When the door's closed, it's almost soundproof.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was just sort of like, oh, what's happening? Oh god. And so I don't remember what we did. I think we just like
I
tried to
think we
figure
did
out-
what he asked.
Yeah, we did what he asked,
then
and then it was
afterwards-
like very awkward, and we're like, okay, everyone enjoy your assembly. We're gonna go back to playing NHL 2K7. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and then afterwards we talked to him, I think. Like after we went down to clean
Right.
up the stage and we talked to him and we were like, hey, sorry about that thing, and then we told him.
Yeah,
like,
we told him.
We got NHL 2K7 up there and we were playing it. He's like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was, and
Like this-
he wanted to add us on the PS Network, and I think I
Oh,
tried,
yeah.
but I couldn't find him.
Oh,
So
no.
it was disappointing, but
Yeah, I think he was in a wheelchair, I think, if I
Yeah.
remember right, and he was doing some kind of it was a story about how he got disabled.
yeah,
If
I
I remember- I
don't
can't
think it was
remember.
drinking and driving, but it was a very good talk.
Yeah.
We did listen to it.
But like a super chill guy.
Yeah, super
like,
chill
You
guy.
know, you think
And he was-
someone
I
would be
remember
pissed
that.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They'd be pissed
A
like,
little-
oh, what, you were playing the games? And he was like, fuck yeah, man, that's awesome. He's like, that was sweet.
Yeah, I
Nice.
remember
Nice.
that fondly. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I can remember going to class the next day and everyone being like, what the hell
What
were you guys
happened?
doing? We're like, nothing.
Oh,
I just didn't hear it. That's it.
Soundproofing that
It was super quiet.
Hey.
We were napping.
It's dark up there. It's hard to stay awake, man. It's really hard to stay awake. Have you guys heard of this new device? I think it's being developed by Google, or maybe not. No, it's not Google. Sorry. It's an in-ear device that translates foreign
Yes.
languages on the
Ooh.
fly.
I heard about
Oh
this.
my god.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
like some Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
Except it's not fish, it's electronics.
It's electronics. Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Don't forget your towel.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. I saw a little
Jesus.
video about that, and you know what? It makes perfect sense because it probably is something that like is perfectly suited for this day and age. Like is
Absolutely.
like with globalization, it's a lot
Mhm.
easier to get around to places.
Oh, yeah.
and to receive other cultures even over the internet. So
Well, I mean-
it kind of makes perfect sense to have something like this because the technology
Is there?
It seems like it's probably there. Like we can do
Yeah.
a lot
You
of
look
things
at-
in really small things.
Yeah.
So
I had a couple reservations. I was like, oh, this is a really cool idea. This is really gonna help a lot of people. But I was like, sometimes even Google Translate doesn't really get it right.
It can be a little off.
You
And
know?
plus like translation itself can not
There's a lot of
always-
context
it doesn't,
involved.
it doesn't work directly a lot of the time.
That's true.
Especially it's like
That's true.
but I think it's a cool step.
big time.
Very
like
exciting.
even if it's
very
not
exciting.
perfect
I
to
was so
start
excited,
with, it's
yeah.
something
I mean,
that like,
I think
can
it
get,
can only get better.
yeah,
you know.
and it's something that's like such a good idea that I think that there will be lots of money going
Yeah,
into it.
yeah, exactly.
Like
I think that's
like
part
they'll
of it
want to
is-
make it.
Oh, yeah.
right.
It's such a profitable idea that it's going to have a lot of funding and it's
Mhm.
going to be pushed. You know,
Oh, yeah.
That would just make business so much easier with like foreign investors
Yeah.
or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the future of like globalization.
Sweet.
It's another little.
I think I was so
Something.
surprised when I heard about this.
yeah,
I was like,
that's really cool. I didn't know.
it's
that
like
was a
now
thing.
we're getting self-driving cars. We're getting in-ear devices that translate stuff. We're getting.
Apparently, Google's self-driving car had its first accident.
Oh no way!
There's
Wasn't it
one
like
of them.
caused by humans though? Like another
It
driver?
I
was.
think they've done that
I
before. I
don't
think
know
that's
if it was
happened.
human or I didn't actually read the article, but I saw it,
Oh.
and then I had to go to work.
Well,
Damn.
so you're not really knowledgeable on the subject at
No,
all. and
but
you
I
don't
saw
know
it.
what
Why'd
you're
you
talking
bring it
about.
up, Alec?
Well, because I saw the headline was after how a million or something miles on the road.
Yeah.
They have had their first accident. So the percentage of like time that they just were on the road,
probably better than your
operating
average
perfectly.
driver.
Yeah.
Just better than
Oh,
average
way
driver,
better.
you know?
Way better than your average driver. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they communicate with each other even like
Yeah.
when they're on the road. Apparently, so
Really?
you'll have two Google cars that are like pinging each other constantly, kind of
So
letting
they
each other know where
yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if all the vehicles on the road were like that, they'd basically be able
Just
to
be a
communicate
big
with each other.
network,
Okay,
yeah.
car A needs to go into lane B, so car B and
So
C
car B and
will
C
like make
open a gap. Oh my
open a
god.
gap, and then like that car will like.
That's
Mhm.
really interesting. Holy shit.
I mean, that's obviously that's way in the future, but still,
still,
like that's
I
the
mean-
potential of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's there.
It's there.
Wicked.
It's within our lifetime. It's gonna be. It's gonna be a big thing because it's already starting to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing that I thought about the other day, to do with the topic, long haul truck driving
Mm-hmm.
will probably should be done by a computer.
Automated.
That should be one of the first things to
That's
happen.
a big concern for
But
long haul
that-
truck drivers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just puts them
Puts
Out of
that
work, right?
entire
Yeah.
industry out of basically out of work.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they probably are developing
And that's
something like
like-
that.
No, they definitely
Yeah.
are.
That's like one of the
Absolutely.
largest
I think that
job
was one of the
creators
big-
is truck driving.
I think that was a
in
huge
North America.
concern with the initial idea. Like that was the first industry that they were like, all right, well, this just automates your job and
Yeah.
you're done.
Well,
Like automatically, you just don't have a job anymore. It's like,
but
oh,
like, and it like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it because on one side it is like they're human jobs and it's being taken by like essentially robots.
Yeah, robots.
Which
Mm.
like that shouldn't be even really the main topic of the issue, but
It's
that's
also a
the
safety
team-
thing, though.
it's-
I think it's a
like-
huge safety thing. I think that's
it's like they have to drive for hours.
No,
like
sometimes
that's
12
how
hours a day.
accidents happen. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
a
that's
big.
that's the thing is like they have a deadline and they get paid a certain amount to get there in 2 days. But
Yeah.
say like, oh, I can just drive through the night and get there in 1 day. Yeah,
you
know,
pick
you
up
can-
another
yeah,
thing on
exactly,
and
like,
work more, basically,
and work
get paid more. Yeah.
and get paid more. So you get paid more, but you're tired and you're on the road more, and that's when accidents happen. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if it was a machine, it would do it in just the same amount of time.
Safe, normal amount of time. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
where you lack truck drivers, I guess you have to make that up in like service attendants at gas stations because who's
Maybe.
filling up these cars?
Maybe, or like operators at like a central hub
Yeah.
or something,
Mm.
or even just warehouse guys who unload the trucks once they get there.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, even in the States now, McDonald's is starting to roll out those automated,
Yeah.
teller things.
it's
those,
huge in New Zealand.
like, yeah,
would
when
actually- A lot of places.
yeah,
it's pretty
Lucas and
big.
I went to. I remember, I think it was in France. They had both like live people there to order from,
Yeah.
and you could order from a machine.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like half and half.
Mhm.
But apparently, that's like they're gonna go fully like automated
Really?
because then people can customize everything.
Yeah, well, that's what
Mm.
it is in New Zealand. Is like you can make your
Extra
own burger.
pickles.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
Just
just
hit it
add
like 1,000
whatever you
times.
want. Yeah, that's big.
And that's like people are like, oh well, how are like blah blah blah, and but the thing is like they're looking to raise the minimum wage like federally to $15 an hour in the States to make like a,
Yeah.
Right.
a
A
basic
living
living
wage,
wage,
yeah.
what they call it.
No.
And companies are saying like, I mean, once the initial cost of the machine or the automated system is paid off, it's way more affordable just to go with these machines
Yeah,
than it is to
absolutely,
pay
than to
people.
hire a
constantly.
person.
So like you can kind of understand their point, but again, you're like, well, people need those jobs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
people
Like-
who don't have the skills to maybe get a better paying job need those jobs. Those
No.
entry
And
level kind
that
of.
16-year-old kid who's just wants
That's true.
just wants a weekend job at McDonald's.
That's what I'm saying.
right.
Yeah.
And like it'd be, I think the only like not that this is like a good solution, but like if you implemented these changes, like you made long haul truck driving done by robots, and you made these tellers and made like a whole bunch of these jobs done by robots, and then you went like 100 years in the future,
Oh yeah.
I imagine we probably wouldn't even like miss a beat, but there would be this 100 years, say, where things would be sort of in flux.
Yeah.
Like there would be a point of like generational confusion because there'd be these people that have these jobs that no longer exist, and what
That's
did they
true.
do? What did they what are then their lives?
Yeah. How, is there going to be another job created that they can slot into by a new technology, like a factory worker who
Mhm.
builds the machines or something, or what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you think the factories
Alls I
that
knows.
build the machines are automated?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe. Well, cars, like car factories are now.
Yeah.
I mean, they got like one guy on the line watching it,
Yeah.
making sure it
He
works.
just like pays attention.
Yeah, who's like, oh, that looks fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these things never make a mistake. It looks fine.
Yeah.
I'll
These
go
things are
home in a
perfect.
few hours.
Well, yeah. But I got another thing on here because it's
Boring
kind of related
job.
to students getting jobs at McDonald's and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the BC government, our government,
Yay, government.
has changed the curriculum for public schools and brought the required exams from provincial exams down from 5 to 2. I think the only 2 required now are English and mathematics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's like math 11.
Yeah, math
And
11,
English 12.
English 12. I think those
Interesting.
would be the ones that are required. I mean, we used to have them in, what is it, grade 10, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was-
And that's
you
graduation right there.
did- Yeah.
But,
Jeez,
yeah.
Now they're bringing them down. I think it's just because like they were saying, well, English and math are pretty good base skills for everyone to have. I
don't-
can't remember what the other 3 subjects were. Was it like history
Probably,
or
like,
like
Is
social
it social
studies?
studies, science.
Science. Okay,
Science.
so whatever science you're doing. Like
Yeah.
Biology,
You needed a
chemistry.
science
gym.
11, I thought.
Yeah. Pardon me?
No, not Jim.
Gym was not on.
Gym.
Well,
Physical education.
But what's the reason behind it? Because I mean,
I
I
don't-
don't
I didn't read into
disagree
it,
with it.
actually.
I just don't understand why they would
Yeah.
cancel
I
it
think-
out. It's like, isn't knowledge just kind of good all around?
Yeah, maybe.
I think
I mean, I'm not bitter about it. You know,
Me
it's
neither.
just kinda
It's over now, but
I don't know, but I think that for a long time they've been trying to get rid of them because they don't see a lot of results in them.
Right,
Like it doesn't
okay. It just doesn't
accurately
make
show
much of a
things
difference, yeah.
very well. Like large testing like that is
No,
been
it's-
proven not to be very effective.
I
I mean, I'm sure there'd be lots of people that'd love to argue with me
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I know that from what I've seen, just with interviews on like talk shows that I like, these people that study this sort of thing,
No, yeah.
they don't find it very effective.
yeah. And, well, tests aren't good for other people. Certain people, pardon me, different people learn in different ways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like some people do really well on tests, others
Yeah.
do like really terribly on tests
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's just
for
not
sure.
the way they learn.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's part of it.
I never liked testing very much.
Yeah.
I it's not that I was bad at it. I just didn't find I was particularly good at it. I'm not a fast writer,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
I knew what I was talking about, but I wasn't fast at
Yeah,
it.
like
That was
English
my
12,
problem.
you got to write 2 essays,
Yeah.
a paragraph, and
Yeah.
and
And
then,
it's all
then
in like a
do-
limited
and there's,
multiple
like,
hours.
multiple
choice. You get 3 hours. I was there for the full. Like I was there for 250.
I was there for
It was
2.5, 2:45.
getting hand cramp and all that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
It was a rough time.
Yeah, I remember having to like sit back multiple times just because it's like my arm is tired from writing so much.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future they'll have like little workstations
It'll
where
be
you can type
automated.
stuff.
It'll be automated. That
Yeah.
was an option actually. I was talking
Was
to
it?
somebody at high
Really?
school. They could take their English exam. They typed it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
That
couldn't
sounds
have
like it'd
done
be
that.
way faster.
It depends.
Depends how fast you
I
type.
think I'd.
That's true.
Well,
I think it'd probably be a little faster for me.
I think it'd probably be
Yeah.
a little faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I type pretty fast.
I prefer to write by hand, but
Yeah, so do I.
I think I'm pretty slow at
But
it.
it would be
Oh,
nice
yeah.
because then, like, if you made a mistake, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could fix it.
That's the
easier.
thing.
Yeah.
Is that was another problem. Was I'd
You-
write sentences and I'd
You're
be
like
like,
that-
I shouldn't have.
That's
written
worded
that sentence,
terribly,
but
yeah.
it's
That's
already
awful,
put
but it's
in. and
already
you're like,
on the
What the
page.
fuck do I do? Do I cross it out and rewrite
Do
the
I have to
sentence
get
on
my
top of
eraser
it?
out?
Yeah.
Like,
And you've only got like 4 pages or whatever to write
Yeah.
on, and it's like, oh god.
Mm.
Well,
jeez,
it happens. I guess.
Anyway.
what are you
Ways.
gonna do?
But have you guys ever heard of Doc Savage?
Uh,
It's like
I
Doc
feel like I know
Martens.
the name.
It's like he's a superhero. I'd never heard of
Oh.
him until The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, was cast as him
Oh,
like
right.
earlier this week,
Oh,
and I'm just like, it's like that guy is just franchise.
you know what? I gotta say,
Like
he has
Miracle
made
Grow.
a beautiful transition from pro wrestler
Yeah.
to like comedic
like
serious
AAA
actor.
movie
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
Like
Like that new movie with him and Kevin Hart. It looks funny.
it does
It
look
just
funny.
it just looks like they had fun making it.
Yeah.
and like
Here's-
it looks like a good
He's got
time.
that TV show on HBO now. And
Does he?
Yeah.
It's called Ballers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've watched the first
yeah,
season. It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
funny, actually.
What
Yeah.
I've heard about him is that he's just a great guy.
Yeah, he seems like
He's
it.
Yeah.
just like he's
Winning
first of all
smile.
very business savvy
Yeah.
because like that's how he got into
I bet,
wrestling. Was
yeah.
he just he
Kinda
was,
worked his way
yeah,
up.
he was kind of clever and kind of smart about it. But yeah, he's like acting is just or wrestling is a lot of acting. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
He was natural fit.
It makes sense to
No,
transition.
performing for sure.
And Hollywood has roles for people like that. And
Huge muscled dude with a great smile. Come on.
and from what I
That's
hear,
true.
he's just an awesome dude. Like people want to have him around. So
I
Cool.
bet.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like-
he's in Baywatch now. He was obviously he's a
Right.
big part of the Fast and Furious franchise now. He is playing the villain in the Shazam. You guys know who Shazam is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's playing the villain Black Adam in like 2020 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whenever
in a
it
while.
eventually comes out.
It'll happen.
But like he's in everything. He's got that TV show on HBO.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Busy guy.
He's still doing
Busy
like
dude.
WrestleMania and stuff.
yeah, he still gets called back for that.
Still does WrestleMania, and but apparently he had a really rough childhood and really like he was a bad kid. Like he was getting in trouble with police all the time,
Oh,
and
shit.
it got me thinking, like, you know what? That's why I'm not shooting for the stars. I've had a really easy,
Yeah, a really
cushy-
cushy life.
not like
Just-
adverse life at all.
Yeah.
There's no like troubles that I've had to
you
really
didn't
work
have to
through.
overcome anything.
I didn't have to overcome
Yeah,
anything because it's just been so fucking easy. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be tough to actually get into any.
your mountain to climb was more of a slight incline
It
to a
was
plateau.
a very slight. It was an inconvenient like bump in the road.
It was a hill.
It was like,
We
ugh,
walked up it and then
I guess I have to
got
do
to the
this.
top and stopped.
But I was like, those are the kind of people who like always, I guess, succeed more because they have a
Well,
little bit of
not
adversity.
always.
Yeah. Well, not always. That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
you also hear a lot of stories about like people in that situation that don't overcome their goals, like
Oh yeah, and then just stay
Just-
down on the
they
dump.
just stay down.
West
So
Side
that's also-
Story. West Side. Anyways,
Yeah.
that was
You guys seen
Good
Kung
movie.
Fury? The original like Kung
No.
Fury
Nope.
on YouTube?
no.
It's like 45 minute, like
the
80s.
yeah.
kinda,
I haven't watched it, but I've seen
It's
it there.
hilarious and amazing, and you should.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Just Kung Fury. Just check it out. But they're making a sequel now.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I remember watching a video about it before the movie came out, and
Like the making of
They
or something,
no,
or-
they needed funding to.
Oh yeah, it was
finish
crowdfunded.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
crowdfunded.
The whole movie
because,
is crowdfunded.
because they shot it, and then there was things that they like they have a song by
David Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff in
Yeah.
it that they had to pay for.
Yeah.
So like he wrote a song.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it was there's a bunch of Swedish guys and like they got some money from like the Swedish film grant or whatever, but not enough. So they went on Kickstarter or one of these
GoFundMe, whatever.
pages. Yeah, exactly. And basically paid for the movie with fan money
Yeah.
Wow.
because they made a trailer and then people watched the trailer and they're like,
They're
"Oh,
like,
cool!" So then they made money. It's really funny. It's got Jorma from The Lonely Island. You know
Oh,
the
nice.
guy with the glasses,
Yeah.
and he plays Hitler in it.
That's
So you guys should check it out. It's funny.
That's awesome.
Good for them. That's a success story of
Yeah.
indie filmmaking.
It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Good
is.
job, guys.
Pulled a Zach Braff, just go funded it and got it done.
That's true.
Actually, here's an interesting argument. There's some content creators, like independent ones, that say that like Zach Braff shouldn't have done that.
You see, I've read this
What's
this argument.
GoFundMe or
Yeah,
Kickstarter?
he's just being greedy or whatever, and,
Well,
and
not-
like
not-
he
it's
has
not-
the status.
It's not a greed argument. It's a
like did he
it's-
need
it's-
that?
There's going to be a certain amount of money that people are willing to give out,
Mm-hmm.
and he took a lot of it for something that he could reasonably have funded through his
Through a
acclaim
studio
already.
or- yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah.
like
He
people
probably-
know his face, so
Yeah.
he could have got like the argument is he probably could have
Yeah,
made
I
the
saw
money
this.
for that
I
in a different way.
actually saw this argument on Reddit, and there was a huge thing about it. And then Zach Braff, who frequents Reddit, he's like, part of the community. He came in and just destroyed this dude. Basically, like this guy was just dumping on Zach Braff, and he just came in and was like, "Actually, I didn't make money on the project. I actually probably lost some money in the end. It was an experiment. It was something to try. It was something that me and my friends wanted to put together, and we didn't want to go through the traditional studio media
Yeah,
thing,
having
so
to,
they
like-
could do it their way and do it like with
So
their style and everything, and didn't have to go through
No
the money,
interference.
the
Yeah,
money
like-
people.
Yeah.
and here's what I'd say is I don't know how I feel about the argument because like I'm someone that's in that sort of a world, and I feel like Zach Braff probably couldn't have had that made through a studio like in the same way. But there's also like Spike Lee funded his Old Boy remake through Kickstarter, and that he got like
Yeah.
millions of dollars for that. And that's something he could have,
Yeah,
like he
definitely.
reasonably could have. But his argument was that he didn't want to have it affected by the studio.
Well,
So-
yeah, you know what? Old Boy is one of those movies where it's like if you're gonna westernize that, the studio would
No.
No?
Well, I've
Not
seen
true.
neither, but I've heard that the original didn't need to be remade. Apparently.
No,
No,
it definitely
it
didn't.
did
It
not.
definitely
But-
didn't. But I think Spike Lee has he's an acclaimed director. I think
he has the
the
acclaim that he
the
probably
status.
could have.
He probably just
made
could have
that.
done it.
Yeah, he's a big name.
Yeah, if it was just like some small time, say if Zach Braff wanted to make Old Boy, I don't think he would be
I don't
able
think
to.
he'd-
I just don't think that would go over
No.
well. But yeah, no, I think Spike Lee would be able to get
So-
that done and have the respect of the studio.
Obviously, I don't know the whole situation,
No,
but
no.
that kind of a case. I feel like he probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Like that was he made like millions of dollars, like for people just who wanted to see the project made.
Yeah.
But like, is that really fair?
Is
A
that-
guy that has that much,
Yeah.
he's a
Well, when
big-time
you look at
movie
like
maker.
struggling filmmakers who like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
need that kind of support
funding,
from
yeah.
like that
from
could
audience members,
really help their careers.
And then he comes in and is like, I didn't write the story. I didn't have actually anything to do with the creative process. I just want to do it myself. So
Mhm.
give me money for it.
Yeah.
Whereas like somebody might be like, hey, I wrote this screenplay. I wrote this movie. It needs help.
yeah,
And
we need
need
other
the
people
money.
because the studio won't pick it up.
Yeah.
So, but we think it's a good enough story to be
and
made.
instead, Spike Lee is just like, I'm going to just take your money instead.
But then here's the other side of the argument is that if you are a person that is going to donate money, you want to donate money to something that you want to watch. So if you're donating money to a Spike Lee Old Boy movie, you're thinking, yeah, you know what, that could do well. Like that could be something I want to watch.
Yeah.
And yeah, like so it's I don't know, it's an interesting argument, and it's one that is sort of playing out, but it probably a lot more vocal than I had
Mhm.
expected people to be on the issue.
Yeah.
Like I know people that just are really polarized
Like
about
passionate
this.
about
Oh,
it?
super
I bet so.
passionate.
I was actually thinking about that Zach Braff movie, the one that he just, or his last movie, Wish You Were Here.
Mhm.
And I it's kind of the idea that I was discussing this with Alec last night, the idea of where I don't like a movie where it's just the director talking. And it's like, this is just your life, and this is how you feel about it, and you were like, oh, I'll make a movie
this is how
about
things
it.
are. And
Yeah, and then I
nothing's open to
kind
interpretation.
of just felt that like I really like Zach Braff, loved him in Scrubs,
yeah,
freaking loved him in Scrubs,
Scrubs was great.
and so I was like, yeah, I really want to see this movie, and then I watched the movie, and I was kind of like, it seems like it's just you talking,
kind of pretentious.
but
and,
at the
yeah.
same time, I still like Zach Braff, so I wasn't
Yeah.
complaining. It was
The term that gets
good
thrown
acting and
around a
everything,
lot
you know.
for a movie like that is masturbatory, because it is. They're
they're just doing it for themselves.
Yeah, it's
just
just
jerking
you're doing
off.
this for you,
Yeah.
and like he probably isn't the worst.
Case of that.
Yeah,
yeah.
like, but
I think he got away with it with Garden State
yeah.
because
I
I don't
think-
think people had done it before, or like I don't think
It
people
wasn't
had
quite as
seen
big.
that side of things before, or like, you know. And then
I didn't like Garden State.
it was okay.
I
I
thought
think
it
I've seen
was,
it, but it
that
was so
like,
unmemorable
and
to
so
me.
many
was
people
kinda
told me to
dull.
watch it
Yeah,
that
I
I was
know,
like,
right?
okay,
They were
I'll
like,
watch it. I didn't go in with high expectations, but I was like, that wasn't good.
I
Yeah,
thought it was just kind of dull.
That was kind of dull.
I think I watched it one time and I was just like, that was nothing special.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
The internet seems to really like
really
it.
like it. And I think that's probably just for a love of Zach Braff.
Yeah, maybe. And you know what?
Yeah.
He's great.
He's
He
great.
makes
He's
the
a
He
show.
seems like a really cool
He's
guy.
awesome. Yeah, he seems
makes
like a
Scrubs,
really
man.
cool guy.
Seems like
Just
the
like
kinda guy I
realistically,
could
just a
hang out
really
with.
nice dude.
No
Yeah.
worries.
No.
Scrubs is like one of those shows where the writing's good, but the characters and the actors
Characters
playing the
make it.
characters make
Yeah,
The janitor.
totally.
it. The janitor.
Oh.
They didn't write lines for him.
Exactly.
He just did it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
The other
He would
thing I
just
liked
do
about
it.
the janitor was that his character at the end of season 1 was supposed to be revealed as a ghost, like he didn't exist,
Like
and
he
it
was
was
dead.
all in JD's head. But they just liked the character so
Yeah.
much. So
So
like,
good.
we can't do that.
We can't just
Everyone
do that.
loves him.
Yeah.
We have to make him a real character.
Yeah. Well, similar things have happened before. I mean, even most recently, I heard in The Force Awakens, Poe Dameron, the pilot, was not supposed to be in the whole movie. He was supposed to die in that TIE fighter crash,
Oh, wow.
and then that was it.
Oh.
But he was so...
He was good.
They liked the character
Yeah.
while they were writing it, and they were like, maybe we should give him more. So then they obviously gave
interesting.
him a bigger role.
And Oscar Isaac.
And I'm glad they did, because
Yeah.
Poe and Finn seem like they're going to have the biggest bromance.
Totally.
in the
Bro
stars.
friendship.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm
That's
excited
good.
for,
I'm excited for
those
that
two.
bro friendship.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Mm.
Let's see what else we got here. We got...
What's on the list?
The other day, I was driving to work. I think it was Thursday morning. I was driving to work, and I was listening to... I can't remember what station, but it was a radio station, and Footloose by Kenny Loggins comes on.
No way.
You know, that...
On the
Footloose
radio?
Yeah, right?
Wow.
But this is the weirder
Interesting.
thing. I listened to the whole song. I'm like, this is great. Okay. And then the
Kick
station
off
I'm
your
listening to
Sunday
goes to a commercial break. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. So I flip to the next station. And guess what?
No way.
The same song starts
No
playing.
Footloose
Oh
by
my
Kenny
God.
Loggins
That is
was playing
so
on 2 radio
unlikely.
stations.
Immediately
I
after one
I don't
another.
think you understand how unlikely that is.
Like,
the probability is
I've
just
never-
ridiculous.
This has happened to me
Ever.
twice before.
With
and
Footloose.
Well,
With-
not Footloose.
Okay.
See,
but, like,
I've heard it with
songs.
other songs.
I've heard it with other
I've
songs.
heard it with like other big radio hits at the
Not saying
time.
it can't
But
happen.
Footloose?
Footloose by Kenny Loggins.
From the 80s?
From the 80s.
so
Jeez,
specific.
that
The
is
Kevin
so
Bacon
specific.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So specific.
Yeah,
Wow.
I wanted to pull out my phone and film it, like, but I was driving, so
I get that.
you know, just as evidence that it actually happened.
It's happening.
But,
it's happening.
Because I've had that before when I'm sitting in the car or like I just get into the car. I remember one time I got into a car after work and I was sitting in the parking lot and I turned on the radio and I was like, nah, I don't want to listen to that one. Flipped to the next station, exact same song, almost exact same.
Yeah, when
time.
it's,
Yeah.
when it's
Did
almost
they-
synced up,
did they
you're like,
coordinate this?
"Whoa, whoa."
So I was like, I pull out my phone, I film it, and I flip between the 2 stations so I can like show myself later, like this actually happened. Like you're
This
not going
was
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a dream.
Actually, the one that's always spooked me out, and I've told other people about this, and this is a total digression from the radio thing.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
But I've told other people about this, and they just don't believe me. And so in my head, I was starting to wonder, like, is this something I'm making up?
Did this
like,
happen?
did this happen?
Yeah.
Was when I was in grade 3, I think. We had an earthquake drill, and everyone got underneath the
Oh, you were
tables.
grade 1.
Grade 1? Okay.
Yeah, because I was in kindergarten.
Okay, so
Yeah.
grade 1, everyone got underneath the tables, held on, and then all of a sudden the room shook
Really?
because we were having an actual
was a literal earthquake.
while having an earthquake drill.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the only people that I can get to like confirm this is Charles beside me and our sister.
Maybe Garrett Holmes.
And maybe Garrett Holmes.
Yeah.
Like realistically, I'm sure there's other people, but there's no way that they'll remember it the same way I did. And like the odds of that
Oh, yeah.
are staggering.
Yeah.
Like we did
So
like
weird.
maybe like 3 earthquake drills a year. And so we're all underneath, and in my head I remember thinking our principal, Mrs. Crawford, I was thinking like, damn.
Yeah, I was like,
Mrs.
oh my
Crawford
god,
is
she's good at this. She's good at this.
Holy crap, like that was believable.
See,
How
from-
did she do that?
I remember being in kindergarten, and for me, this was my first earthquake drill. I'd never done this before,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was a big deal, right? And so that was the first one, and I was like, man, Mrs. Crawford's got this down.
And Mrs. Crawford, A1 was a pimp.
Oh, yeah.
She was cool. And then we got Mrs. Scott, who was just a
Figure it out,
wet
Scott.
blanket. No fun there.
Damn.
But, you know, Mrs. Crawford made an earthquake happen.
That's incredible.
Like, we all thought that. We
That's
all
unbelievable.
assumed
Yeah.
that there's no way that could have happened
She's all
unless
powerful.
Yeah.
Mrs. Crawford did it. So in my head for, like, a long time, I was like, yeah, Mrs. Crawford, like, you know, she's the principal, whatever. Not, like, she's the boss, but she did make that earthquake happen.
Yeah.
So, pretty
So-
cool.
Wow.
She is a deity.
She actually has powers beyond our reckoning. Damn.
She's an X-Man.
She
That's
did
crazy.
also let us have snowball fights.
Yes.
Which was amazing.
And then Mrs. Scott shut that shit down.
Yeah, she did.
Hard. And then I got detention. And you know what? I wasn't even throwing snowballs. I was tossing snow in the air. One duty... this is a longer story.
I'm gonna rage. Hey,
He
you
said
want
duty.
to rage cage about it?
Yes, the rage.
Yeah, I guess.
You seem really reserved, kind of like,
That's good. Just kind of worked that in there. Rage Cage, it's happening.
All right. I'll rage. I don't usually rage.
No,
All right, here's the rage. This was like it had to be grade 4. And we all run out because it's snowing. And we all run out, and everyone, I swear, everyone was throwing snowballs.
Yeah.
Except for me. I promised this, that I was not throwing a snowball.
All right.
Even some of my friends that got detention with me were. But I simply wasn't.
That's the worst.
I was, like, quite literally just got into the snow. And this dude comes up and just, like, grabs me. And, like gets mad at me for throwing snowballs. And I'm like, well, I don't know what happened here. And I was, like, too young to, like talk back.
Protests. You
But
couldn't-
she grabbed me, and she grabbed 3 other dudes. No, 2 other people. Yeah. Yeah, Jesse Ross and then another guy. I don't remember his name. John, I think. Anyways, he grabs us and takes us in for detention. We all had to sit through 3 days of detention, which were the only 3 snow days of the year. And we all had to sit in separate rooms during lunch and recess and just wait.
That's
in
the
silence.
worst.
And I feel so strongly about this that I was not throwing a snowball. And maybe I've like created this in my mind that I wasn't, but there is no part of me that isn't sure that I was not throwing a snowball. I just got in the snow and it got grabbed.
Yeah. Well, it's like where we live, we don't get a lot of snow days anyways, even though we're in Canada.
Yeah.
But like I remember a couple times we had snow days. Like I think this was like grade 6 or 7, and they always say like, "Oh, don't throw snowballs, don't go out there." I'm like, you know what? That's like, to me as an adult now, like I don't see the problem with snowballs.
I want my kids to throw snowballs.
big time.
I want that.
One day
Big
a year
time.
to throw a snowball at somebody. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm throwing the snowball.
We're building forts and we're having a war. Okay.
And might go sledding, might build a snowman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Snow things.
You know,
They're happening.
I want to do it.
What's it like in South Africa?
It snowed there once in '95.
You were probably
I was like
a
1
baby.
year old.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Once.
you don't remember that then?
No.
Jeez.
No, the reason I
Why did it
remember
snow?
because at my school there was a picture. I don't know why it was up on. It was in the office. It was up on the wall. It was a picture.
was such
of
a
when
big
it
deal.
snowed. Yeah, they had a picture of it and they had the date next to it and everything. I was like, and we're like, what the fuck?
The only time they did. Okay. Did you have ice rinks?
One, but that was in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
45 minutes away. Because our neighbor, I remember, the mom was a figure skating coach and the daughter was a figure skater.
Oh wow.
And the mom coached the daughter and they were on the like national team or something.
Oh, wow.
That's the only reason I knew about this one ice rink in the middle of
Because
Johannesburg.
for some reason that seems like to me in hot countries that'd be a cool thing.
Literally.
Like,
it is.
that'd be
Just
that'd
literally
be
a cool
like,
thing.
That'd be like a thing to do.
I
Would
think it's
be
a
to
big
go
time
to the
novelty.
ice rink.
Yeah, it's a big novelty. Like for example, like say in like Dubai, they have ski hills apparently.
Yeah, they have a ski hill indoors.
Indoor
Yeah,
ski
an
hill.
indoor ski hill in Dubai.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, but for some reason, I know we didn't have that kind of facility. I think they spent more money on like soccer fields and stuff like that.
Ugh.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I get
Soccer.
I'm sorry, it's big down there.
You just need a lawn.
Mm.
It's
Just
huge
give them
down
a
there.
lawn.
That and cricket and rugby are huge down there. Yeah.
yeah, cricket's huge in New
And
Zealand too.
rugby and soccer, you can use the same field, so
Yeah,
they put all the money into that.
it's a twofer.
Big time, big
Yeah.
time, and they're all about the budgets. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
budget saving down there. Big. Oh, did you guys see those 300 South African firefighters that came up to help with the wildfires in Fort Mac?
No.
No.
Oh, they South Africa sent 300 people just on a whim to Edmonton.
Huh.
And like they got off the like a 22-hour flight in Edmonton, and they're all like singing and dancing and shit. They're all happy.
That's
It's like,
awesome.
after a 22-hour flight, who has that much energy?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, I
That's bold.
they were pumped
can
up.
imagine.
There's a flight that goes from South Africa to Edmonton.
I think it stops over in London.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
probably would.
That fuels up in London and then comes back
Huh.
over here.
Huh. That's really nice of them.
Yeah, it was
I-
apparently really cool.
I,
Hey, thank you.
I recently spoke with a guy he's a mechanic, but he's also a firefighter, and he fights fires in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah,
they need help.
they send him to
Well,
Australia.
they must have a lot of wildfires.
Oh,
huh?
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
They do.
Yeah, and
They
so
have
they
heaps of
ask for
wildfires in
support
Australia.
from all over the world, and
Yeah.
so he goes to Australia
Cool.
like once every 2 years or something like that to help fight
Oh,
their
that's really good.
wildfires.
Well, yeah, the South Africans, they sent them over because
because
they
it's
have
such
a lot
desert
of
wasteland.
Yeah, they have a lot of wildfires in South Africa as
Yeah.
well. They call them
Yeah.
bushfires
Yeah.
down there, but it's their winter now, so it's not going to have as many fires because they're in the southern hemisphere, obviously. So they send them in our summer.
Right,
they
right.
send them up north to places that need them,
Oh, that's
which is
nice
kind
of
of
them.
cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, my friend Jake, his brothers are both forest firefighters, and they do like exchanges and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
crazy cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean, super dangerous job, not like
Yeah,
cool
apparently-
in that literal sense, but
but a
apparently-
good like a good human job.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
a
big
good
time.
human job for sure.
well, I mean, like I learned a lot about it recently with all these fires, like fires coming up in tree trunks and shit. Like you can't
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah,
They're
Like, it's
underneath the
just-
soil. Like
yeah.
there's fire burning underground.
underground
Like,
fire.
how is that possible?
It's pretty cool.
It's super cool, but also really dangerous.
It's really
I
terrifying.
stopped a fire this week.
Oh,
Oh, I have a story.
oh, go
my
ahead.
God.
okay. We have for our show or TV show that I work on, we have an outdoor set, like a full-on backlot. It's to be a town, and in this town there's a Ferris wheel, and this Ferris wheel has the ground around it is like a wood mulch,
Like a mulch?
like a wood mulch, and
Like a bag
it
of-
was very dry at the start of this week, and so the wood mulch was very dry, and I was just like, it was a really sunny day, so I'm lying on the grass at lunch, and I'm just sort of like sitting there, and there's a couple other people, and they remark like, does something smell like it's burning? And the other one said like, I think it's just the wood when it heats up, it smells like that. because the Ferris wheel was made out of wood, and it, that's not like completely unbelievable.
Right,
Like
there
electricity maybe somehow.
there was wood on the
Sure.
thing, and it wasn't entirely an unbelievable answer.
Right.
So we just didn't think about it, and we're all like basically napping in the sun on the grass, and we have like 10 minutes left in lunch, and then I kind of just like I smelt it, and I thought for a second like I wonder what that could be, and I opened my eyes, and I'm like looking upside down at this like wood mulch area, and I see a little bit of smoke. I was like, what the hell is that smoke? And I sat there like looking at it for a sec, and I got up and I went over to look at it, and I'm like, there was a spot about the size of like a softball that was like black and smoking, and it was like starting a fire. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh good God. And so I started like kicking it and like digging down deep into the wood mulch to make sure it was all gone, and I put out the fire. But I realized if I hadn't noticed that, we all would have gone back to lunch in 10 minutes, and then like
A big
an
fire
hour
maybe would
later
have started.
we
Yeah.
would have looked over and our Ferris wheel would have been
gone.
engulfed in flames.
Jesus.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
just like completely like it
And
was
those
just a
things-
tinderbox.
It could have
was
spread to
Yeah.
the rest of the set too. right?
easily.
Easy, yeah.
Oh, it's right beside everything, and like it's something that would have just gone up like
Oh,
a
man.
match.
Yeah,
It would-
so you know where the KFC used to be?
in Ladner.
In Ladner here.
Yeah,
on the corner.
Okay. So there's like a wood mulch garden there now. And last summer I was driving past and I see this, I stop at the red light and I see this smoke. And there's people on the corner, pedestrians on the corner, standing next to this smoldering mulch. And I'm like doing a double take here. I'm thinking,
Damp on it.
what's going on over there? Park the car, get out. Same situation.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped their cigarette
Yeah,
butt.
it was a cigarette butt.
And
was
the
what it was
mulch
for me.
just went up. And I was like, and these people were standing there.
Yeah.
Just didn't care at all. I was
Wow.
like, there's a literal fire.
Yeah.
right behind you.
here. Like, this is happening.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And it was smoking a lot. Like, it was smoking enough that I noticed it driving.
Mhm.
So
That was,
imagine standing next to it. You'd just be like, oh, well, there's smoke here.
Oh man.
It was just so weird. It was like, I didn't even have any water at the time. It was like, well, what do I
gonna
do?
stomp on
I
the
guess
lot.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
gonna get
I
out
was
of
like
here.
kicked it around.
Yeah.
I think I was with my friend Jake, and he was barefoot, and I was like, well, you're no good to me.
Yeah, you can't help.
You're useless.
Burn yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I mean, like a few weeks ago, Lucas's rage cage was on people throwing cigarette butts out the window.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, well, you don't know how dangerous
This is
that
a
is.
continuation on that rage cage.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
even
do
in
that.
Even like a
Watch where you're putting that fire.
like we're in a built-up area here. Like
Yeah.
you drive past a park, you toss it into a park. I mean, it's gonna set something on fire, man.
Yeah.
Most things are
It's
flammable.
super
Not
dry.
okay.
It is
Not
super
okay.
dry.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
That's just messed
That's
up.
a reality of life here.
Yeah.
Is that there's a lot of wood. Like a lot of wood.
Yeah, it's
You're
just
gonna start a fire.
Just a
Shit,
thing.
man.
Shit.
Hey, did you guys hear about this? There was a teacher in Houston, Texas. She's 24
yeah.
years old. Slept with her 13-year-old student
Oh God.
who impregnated her,
No.
Yeah.
and then
She had an abortion.
she had an abortion.
She's
but they wanted to
24?
keep the baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's already got a 4-year-old son from a
What?
previous relationship.
And she got an abortion after Child Services
Yeah.
came to talk to her
Yeah,
about her
she's
relationship.
like, "Oh, I
with
better
the-
abort so that they don't find anything." Like,
But the weird thing is that I think is
weird
the
thing?
weirdest part is that the parents of the kid who the relationship started when he was 13. I think he's now 15.
no, okay,
but-
so this was a couple years ago.
So I mean, no, it's been going on.
oh, I
it's
thought
not
this
like
just
a-
happened. Actually,
No, it's not like a oh, it just happened. It's like this has been happening.
Oh, for a couple
Anyways,
years.
the weird thing is that the parents
Weirder.
knew and were like,
They approved
yeah,
of it.
they approved of it. And he would like
Ugh.
sleep over at her place. She would drop him off at his house so he could catch the bus to school.
So freaky.
And like that's
So
weird.
freaky.
That's just weird.
And I was thinking, like, I mean,
It's like just stop
you know,
having sex with kids.
yeah, like there's no age difference. No, stop having sex with kids. And also, were the genders reversed, it being a male teacher
Yeah.
and a female student,
You
even
would-
if the parents approved all this stuff,
Not
this guy would
okay.
be in jail for like the next
Yeah.
rest of his life.
the rest of his life
But
so
right now,
quick.
and like so quick. And I was like, you know what? That's just not cool.
Not
Yeah, that's
okay.
just not cool, man.
Not okay.
Lady.
lady,
Girl.
like
Cool.
girl, don't do that. I mean,
Shit.
you have a responsibility as a teacher to
Yeah, as a
to
human.
not do that.
Just,
There's no other way to put it. Just don't do it.
The fact that it's a student is just like wow.
Yeah, I mean, the fact you got that kind of power over that student,
Yeah.
even if you don't realize it. Teachers have that kind
Absolutely,
of sort of
absolutely.
an overbearring. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fucked up,
Mm.
messed up, man.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Oh, and
What kind of parents is that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Shit.
man. Well, yeah, I don't know. I can't even imagine.
No.
You grab that phone, girl. Oh, guy, whatever. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to discriminate here. I'm not
I know
gonna tell
we've,
you
we've
what
been
you
kind
are.
of bouncing around with all these movie topics, but there was a trailer for Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys see that movie in the end? You guys?
I did not.
See it?
I didn't end
Still
up.
haven't seen it.
It's pretty good for what it is, but it
No,
could have been
yeah.
better. And looking at this trailer for the Ultimate Cut, which is probably going to be like a 3.5 hour.
How long is it now? Like 2?
It's like 2
and a bit?
hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, okay. So
just
it's,
like they didn't cut
They
anything
cut
and they
a
put it into a movie, and
Yeah.
this is that movie.
Yeah,
so it's like 3.5
exactly.
now,
So this is the uncut version, essentially.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what,
yeah.
is what it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, even the theatrical version, you could tell it had been cut up a lot
Oh, yeah.
because it was jumping from scene to scene, like with
Yeah,
no
yeah.
regard for like
Like
flow or anything like that.
Storyline,
And
yeah.
even like for a casual watcher like me, I'm not like a film buff or anything like that. But like watching, you're like, this is just disjointed in every way.
See, that's awkward. That's not okay.
Here's what I'll say about that. I don't like that.
You don't?
If you
Are you-
if you
I thought you were
can't
just
write
gonna
a
finish
script, no. If you can't write a script that's legitimately good enough that it's gonna fit into the time period that you're given, like they said, like the studio would say, hey, you're allowed this much time. This is how long your movie can be. Write a script
2.5 is
that will
generous.
fit. 2.5 is generous.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
real generous.
The Captain America movie was like 2:45 or something like that.
It
2:48.
was roughly the
it was a
same amount
long
of time.
movie.
It was like 2.5.
It was a long
something
movie.
like
I
that.
remember
It was-
thinking halfway through, like, is this
it's
gonna?
a longer
Are we
movie.
done?
Alternatively, like Lawrence of Arabia, 4-hour long movie, but it like very successful.
tells the
but
whole
it
story.
tells the whole story.
Yeah.
So here's what I say: if the studio says you have to make a movie that's 2.5 hours long, you have to make a movie that's that, and it's not that hard.
Yeah.
You just have to contain it. So
Yeah.
that was greed. They
Structure
didn't
it.
want to contain it.
Structure
They
it.
didn't want to. So that bothers me.
Yeah,
that
the
like
thing about it-
legitimately
It's just
bugs
poor
me.
storytelling.
With like,
It's
yeah,
bad.
Lawrence of
It's bad
Arabia.
storytelling. It's just adding more things
Exactly.
that don't matter, because if they cut it, it didn't matter that much.
Right.
And they didn't make it matter.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make it matter, it'd be in the movie.
Yeah, it would be. And like with Lawrence of Arabia, if that were to, it was like 4 hours long. If that were to come out today, that would have been stretched out to 3 movies, sequels coming out
Yeah,
every year
yeah.
or whatever.
And,
But, like,
and it's just the way that Hollywood is now. But you have to know that if you're working for that, you have to know.
Yeah.
And like if a casual movie watcher is saying that your movie's disjointed, you can't blame it on the edit.
No.
You cannot say, well, they
Yeah,
didn't want to
no,
let
no.
me make my 3.5 hour long movie. Yeah, because no one's gonna watch
no one's
it
going to
then.
sit down and watch a superhero movie for 3.5
They're
hours.
paying
I mean,
you
2.5 is a lot.
to make this movie at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Make that movie.
And unfortunately, it being the second movie in this whole DC universe where they're trying to do the Marvel thing and connect all these superheroes, they tried to do way too much
Yeah.
in terms of connecting all these characters. So, I mean, obviously, from the title, it's Batman and Superman, which I think already should be the limit.
Yes.
I mean, you got 2 big name superheroes. Like,
biggest
these are the
superheroes
biggest
in the
superheroes
world.
in the world. You know?
I mean, and then they threw in Wonder Woman. I was like, okay, that's fine. She kind of plays into the story a
she
little
can kind
bit.
of be the whole Catwoman side deal.
Yeah, she plays in a little bit, but if she wasn't there, I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they
Was
plug
Catwoman
in.
there?
They basically, pardon me?
Was Catwoman there?
No, unfortunately not. They plug in. Who else? They plug in. They plug in the Flash. They plug in Aquaman. They plug in
Really?
Cyborg, and they plug in. What? There was another
Who
one.
played Aquaman?
Jason Momoa,
Yeah,
the guy
just-
who played Khal
Khal
Drogo
Drogo.
in Game of Thrones, the first season.
He's a really big guy.
He's like a Hawaiian influence.
Big Island
kinda,
dude.
Yeah,
Big Island
big
dude.
island dude.
Big Island dude. And yeah, so I mean, they're just cameos, those characters.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman actually plays a part, but
They're
not as
there.
necessary. Like they were literally, you could tell they were just trying to fucking shove this stuff in there so they could build this
I don't like
universe.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas if they just made a Man of Steel sequel where it was just Superman discovering that he's not the only one with superpowers, maybe not directly mentioning the Flash or whatever, just saying like, there's others. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
I should maybe join them together, or whatever. We should become a team, or we should help each other, or whatever.
Or a
We should
league.
work
I don't
together.
know.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should join a league of justice. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, it
Say
had
no
its
more.
problems. But
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess that's just what they're trying to combat Marvel and their whole Avengers and whatnot.
that's tough to do, though.
But
yeah.
realistically, how I was kind of surprised that like Marvel or Captain America got in as many superheroes as it did, but they did it really well. Where it was just kind of like everybody played.
It felt
a
like they
small
belonged
part.
there.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, we're all playing a small part of this one big scene.
Yeah.
rather
Weird.
than
It's
just
like
having
they did
separate.
the same thing, but in a normal amount of time
Yeah.
and did it well.
Yeah, they took since 2008, so they took 8 years to build it up to that point. And it still managed to be a Captain America movie where he was the focus.
Yeah, no, it didn't
Which
stray
I
from
was,
Captain America.
I
at
was
all.
really impressed by
Yeah.
it. I was like, wow, they got like 9 other superheroes in this movie, and it's still a Captain America movie.
You know, I was thinking about that Captain America movie, and it was the whole. There's a Mexican woman in my kitchen that I work in, and her name's Veronica. And I came in with the Captain America shirt on, and she was all like, "Oh no, Iron Man!" And I was like, "What do you mean, Iron Man? Iron Man doesn't actually have superpowers. He doesn't know what it's like to live a superhero. This is Captain America's life."
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's
Okay,
what's
well-
exciting about that. You're like that's an actual thing that you're talking about with this other lady.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
that's
cool.
that's cool. They've
Yeah, it's
created
cool.
a universe where like that is a
People actually pick sides
yeah.
with
It's,
the
it's
characters.
it's like,
yeah, I was
it's like
just
you
amazed
have-
that
you
she
have
took Tony
characters-
Stark's side. I mean,
No
Yeah.
one's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm totally on Aquaman's side. But you could
wait, which
like,
side did Aquaman choose? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
on that
with
side.
him. I'm
yeah,
with
I'm
him.
with him. Yeah.
like
No.
I think that the success of Marvel is that they've put all this like this
Yeah.
universe into a place that's like it feels pretty steady. Like
Yeah,
it feels like
true.
they can
That's
keep
a really
making
good way of
movies.
describing it. It feels steady.
It feels like it's
really like in a healthy place.
Yeah.
You know, we got a healthy relationship with
Oh, yeah.
with Marvel and their
Yeah, yeah.
superheroes.
And yeah, so if like and here's my like absolutely biased opinion, but like if the DC had done it properly, they'd have something closer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they've got the names to market it. I mean, everyone knows. I mean, they've heard of Aquaman at least. They've heard of the Flash. They've heard of well, they probably haven't heard of Cyborg. Cyborg's kind of boring to be honest, but like they've heard of this. But
So is the Vision.
that's I mean, he's okay. Yeah. Whatever.
What do you
He's
do?
so invincible. That's my problem with the Vision.
Mm.
He's like he can walk through walls. He can stop a bus from crushing Black Panther or whatever. I can't remember who he was protecting, but
Yeah.
like he can break a bus in half. He can use his little beam
Yeah,
in
you
his
can use the
forehead.
beam.
What else can he do? Yeah, super strength, obviously. But yeah, he's just basically invincible.
He's a stick in the mud. Let's just say it.
Yeah, fuck. And but all that being
Slowing
said,
us
though,
down.
Batman, Ben Affleck was amazing as Batman and Bruce Wayne.
That's good.
He is now. I think
he's
he's
writing
co-producing
it,
and writing the
writing the
next
next one.
solo Batman film,
He's directing it.
and he's directing it.
Yeah.
Jeez,
So I think I'm really excited for that because I mean
I like Ben Affleck.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think he's good for that. I don't think he's the right person to direct it. I think they should have someone to
splitting
direct it.
The
Yeah,
writer.
no.
I don't think that's smart, but
having him play the
whatever.
lead, write it, and direct it, that might be a bit much.
Bold.
I think that's a mistake.
But he's co-writing it, I think, with a guy named Jeff Johns, who actually works for DC Comics. So that's cool.
Well, that's probably like fact checker guy.
Yeah, kind of like this is
Keeping
how
the story
it should
on
be.
track,
Like,
like,
no,
yeah.
Batman wouldn't do that. He would do
Yeah,
this
yeah,
instead,
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, shit. You should.
I just I like to discuss the business side of Hollywood because it is a business, and once you start like figuring out more about it, it's
You
very
look at it-
interesting.
And you're like, oh, this isn't just something where people make fun movies and
Well,
we
yeah,
watch
like-
fun movies and it's entertainment. It's like, no. This
Like-
is serious money.
Creative
yeah.
ideas
This is-
equal money.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh, yeah.
just straight
That's
up
how
the
the-
equation is
yeah.
creativity equals money. So you have to have like solid creativity that audiences believe, and
time.
then you make money. And so that's a really interesting process.
Big time.
Anyways.
I got one last thing I want to do with you guys today. I don't know if you listened a couple weeks ago. I played Lucas some clips from a song, some vocal clips, and he has to guess what song it is. So these are
okay.
only the vocal track.
Okay.
You guys might have heard the song before, but I guess we'll have to see, right? I'm gonna turn
I
this up
guess
a little
so.
bit so that we have it all. Make sure it's loud enough.
Yay!
All right, so here comes the first one. Here goes. Name the artist or the title, anything, if you can. Oh wait, oh, sorry, wrong one. But still though.
I know it's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I know that was an accident. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
But
I was like,
still though, I watched the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine 2 weeks ago.
funny.
Really good.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Fantastic.
as far as half-hour sitcoms go.
Yeah.
They got some good jokes, and it's really light,
Yeah.
so I can watch it when I
super
come home
light.
from work.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
that's like that. Like that's a very reasonable.
It's
style
definitely a
of
chill
show.
out show.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure.
It is exactly what it is. It's not trying
Yeah.
to be anything else, but it's really good at it.
Oh, big time. And
And there's
the
a
captain-
huge market for things like that, and that is something that TV has really been failing at.
Mm-hmm.
And even I think like Netflix is sort of recognizing that they have some
Kimmy
shows.
Schmidt?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have the Kimmy Schmidt show, which
Yeah.
I think one of my problems with it is there's only 10 episodes.
It's
Yeah.
super light.
It's
so
like,
light.
for being a
Yeah.
half-hour show. I think they need to.
But
Like,
still really quick.
I think they could have like 6 more a season. But
Yeah.
you know what? That's a small gripe because it's a good show.
Yeah, I think a lot of TV shows are trying to be too smart now. Where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's all these twists and all these like hidden things that you didn't know about. Like,
Alternatively, BoJack Horseman. If you haven't watched that, check
so
that out.
good.
It's not as much of a chill-out show, but you know what?
It's
That's
actually-
a
it's-
great show.
yeah, it's like a huge commentary on like alcoholism and like,
Yeah,
other
really,
stuff like
really.
that, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah, it's super good, and it has like a great mix of different types of jokes, so that there might just be something in it for everybody.
And talking dogs.
And talking
And
dogs.
talking dogs, yeah, and talking horses and
Yeah,
He's literally a
having sex
horse
with
man.
people, you
He's
know?
just a horse. That's what he is.
he's a horseman.
he's a horse man.
Not a
okay.
horseman.
Okay,
A
So
horseman.
hopefully I can get the right. Hopefully I can get the right clip here.
it's okay. Really quick, it's one button he has to press, and he pressed the wrong button.
I know.
So
So
they're
this
not
isn't-
that
it's not a
close together.
challenge?
They're finger sized.
It's not like it's not
because
like, he
I'm
really
looking like
is
at
having
it
a hard
past
time.
the microphone, so my left eye can see the thing, but my right eye is blocked by the microphone, so my vision's obscured.
Yeah.
Do you
Alright.
have a button that just has someone say bullshit? Because I want to press that.
Can we
button.
play that
Hang
one?
on.
might miss.
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
I have
we,
this.
We should get one of those.
Okay,
That was good.
I had that prepared, but here's the actual thing.
Me press trigger, me no press people button. Nobody chat come face me with some.
Believe it or not, he's speaking English there. I looked
He's
at the
speaking
lyrics.
English?
I
Wow.
looked up the lyrics, and he is speaking English.
Isn't that a song by?
I'm gonna go. Who let the dogs
No,
out?
it's not that.
It's close, but
It's
not,
not
the same.
that.
Same era,
Yeah,
like same
yeah.
time period. It's like early 2000s
Early 2000s. Yeah.
oh,
or mid to
Is
2000s.
it Shaggy?
because I know these.
It's not Shaggy.
See, here's my thing with these songs. I know them from movies.
Oh yeah, this one's from a TV show that I love.
Yeah.
I'll play the next one.
Okay.
Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next dozen fool.
I can tell you.
You can probably think of the song.
Yeah, I can totally think.
All
of
right, we'll keep going.
Anytime you ready, put now see start war. See who enough is spread it out more pan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
don't.
keep-
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again?
You just want to make us suffer.
I do want to make you suffer.
This is what
Here's
this
the
is.
actual hook, I think.
My style is the bomb, diggy bomb, the dang, the dang, diggy diggy.
Believe it or not, he is speaking English.
I don't know what this song is
I no
called.
play with the bomb.
Oh,
the
that-
dang,
yeah,
the
that's
I
the
know
only
it's from
problem.
movies. I think it was in
Isn't it from
Yes
Chuck?
Man with
Chuck.
It's from Chuck.
Yeah.
That's
from
what
Chuck.
it's from.
Yeah, that's
Chuck.
one of my favorite shows of
Right.
all time.
That was
Yeah.
a
Chuck.
really good show.
That was a really good show.
It
I
was
stopped
really good.
after some of this, like one season, or not after the first season, but I watched like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
I followed it like I started following it like after 2 seasons, so I had to catch up first 2 seasons, and I watched it as it came out, and then the end of the series, like, it kind of disappointed.
Disappointing.
It was good if you think about it in a certain way, but it kind of like negated the last 5 seasons of
Oh.
like build up,
Oh.
and it kind of like one of those shows where it's like, well, fuck,
Okay. Well,
like it
Here's-
like came full circle basically.
here's what
yeah.
I'll say about Chuck. I didn't really like. Okay, when we started watching it, I don't know if you did,
Yeah.
Charles. You did.
Yeah,
we started watching it right from the first season, and I think it was only because we watched Heroes, and
It was on before
it
Heroes.
played on NBC,
Yeah.
and
Oh, and it was like right after.
it was the second season of Heroes, and NBC was doing something really smart. Was they'd create 2 shows in a night or 4 comedy shows, and they'd make that your Monday night.
Oh, that's good.
Like that'd be your
Yeah.
Monday night TV.
Or like
so you,
Thursday-
if you were gonna watch
Thursday
Heroes,
night.
you might as well start by watching Chuck because it's Heroes started.
like
at
ramps up.
Yeah, you're
Heroes
already gonna be
started
there
at
for
9.
Yeah,
and Chuck
was
started at 8. So
Yeah.
if you were gonna watch Heroes at 9, you're probably not doing anything from the period of 8 to 9.
Yeah,
So you
that's
might as
true.
well be watching Chuck.
Yeah.
So when it came out, it was like heavily advertised in the weeks coming up to it, and then because I think it started a couple of weeks after Heroes, which was smart because they advertised crap out of it during Heroes, And then so when that week came around, I remember my mom saying, "Hey, do you want to watch this new show?" And I'm like, "Which new show?" And she's like, "Chuck, it's the one they've been advertising." And I'm like, "Huh, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything from 8 to 9. And so we did watch it and really liked it.
Yeah.
So we kept watching it, but I wouldn't have watched it unless they created this really smart TV block from 8 to 10 where you could just sit and watch NBC where they're getting money off the commercials.
Totally.
But they did the same thing on Thursday nights with The Office and 30 Rock because
They grouped them together.
and
yeah.
they grouped them together. So what they
Parks
did,
and Rec.
yeah, so their
And
combo
what was the
became
other one?
Office and 30 Rock would play Office from 9:30 to 10, and then 30 Rock from Office from 9 to 9:30, 30 Rock from 9:30 to 10. And so what they did was they created two other shows to play
Community
before
and
that,
Parks and Rec.
which was Community and Parks and Rec.
Although they did
To
bounce
play
around with a couple
Community
before
played
Community came
8
out.
to 8:30. Parks and Rec played 8:30 to 9.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't
you
know
might
that.
as well be sitting there for these shows because you know you're going to get to The Office, and if you want to watch The Office, like half of America
Like
did,
most people
Yeah.
did.
you
It was
might as well sit
huge.
through these shows. So these
Wow.
shows like automatically became good shows. They automatically got money.
Lots of
'cause you-
viewership too.
Yeah, because they basically started out with half of an audience because
Yeah.
it's half of the audience that might as well be watching this show.
Yeah.
So
Instead of having to flip the channels between shows, you just watch this one channel that has all 4 shows.
same thing with the Community. And if you'll remember, when I'm not sure if it was what went away, it might have been The Office or something they had to replace. It might have been Community. I can't remember what they moved around, but they brought in a show called Whitney. That was
I've never
just a
heard of that.
sitcom. And it was really bad, and everyone made jokes about how bad it was. And this was like the downfall. Was once they put Whitney in a time block where I want to say it was Community.
Okay.
Like once they swapped Community for Whitney, and like America just hated this show. Like just hated it. There were
a
so
terrible
many
show.
jokes. Everyone just hated it. That like that's when it started like slide down. Now like
yeah.
Thursday night, Monday night, that's nothing.
whatever.
But there was a period of like 7 years where they had that shit locked up tight.
Yeah, NBC's kind of been stingy with their shows
Yeah.
for a while, and it's really sucked because shows like I think Chuck was part of the like the writer's strike they had.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
funding, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
but like it had a lull at one point where it's like,
For sure.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, didn't it get canceled and then brought back by the fans? I think that
Exactly.
might
It was
have
one of those. It was like
happened,
another
yeah.
situation with Community where it
Yeah.
got canceled. Then everyone was like, "No, it's a great show. Bring it back."
Yeah.
Please.
And
Please.
yeah. So, anyways, that's another sort of industry business side that's really really interesting to me. Is just finding it's essentially like a loophole.
Oh, yeah.
Like finding viewers by hooking them with one thing and then just saying like, well,
Giving them other stuff.
if we put this show placed at such a time that you know they're not going to be doing anything, then they're probably not doing anything before that either.
Yeah.
Like that's what primetime TV is the time when like regular adults can watch TV. Like it's
Yeah.
a huge viewership.
Well, that's like
So if you put a show at 9, that's enough time for them to watch the show, then go to bed at 10 and wake up the next morning.
yeah,
And feel rested.
Yeah,
and
and
not,
feel,
yeah.
and
not
feel
hate
rested and normal.
themselves.
exactly.
So you might as well put something from 8 to 9, right? Like you should try and hook them with that. And like so that like I think the 7 to 8 never really appealed to our time block.
No.
But like
Right.
8 to 9 was like that's
Gold.
prime time. Like
Gold.
that's gold.
I never realized until you just explained it to me now. I actually fell for that last year.
Yeah.
I was watching a show on CTV, and then the show after it was Agent Carter.
Yep.
That spin-off
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Marvel cinematic, about Captain America's girlfriend. And I found myself actually watching that show for a couple weeks because it was right after a show I can't remember what show.
And
I
it
was watching
started.
now.
Let me
You
guess.
just
It
fell
started
in.
immediately, right?
It did.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Yeah,
commercial.
they roll
there's
the
no commercial
credits
break
and it just
between-
rolls right
It
in.
rolled right into the next show, and I was like,
Because
oh,
they
might as
brought-
well watch this.
I mean, I'm here.
exactly.
And then 5 minutes in, you're like, well, I'm hooked.
Yeah, 'cause it
it-
had,
I'm invested in this.
It's a super interesting business practice that I can see it adapting to Netflix now because when you hover over one,
It starts to play.
Yeah, when you hover over something like one of their Netflix original contents, it starts to play.
So you're like, oh, might as well watch this now.
Well, it's already
Oh, it's already
even if
going,
you
I'll
go
give it a
off
try.
If you go off it, it stops playing, no problem. If you go back, I don't even know if it starts playing again. But like it'll try and make you watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting because that's essentially the same thing as when the credits from one show are ending and the next show is starting. That's the same thing.
where they would like squish the credits
Yeah.
down to the bottom and like the
Yeah,
new show is
yeah,
already
It's
playing.
it's because it's in that point where you're like, oh, what's up next? Is it that Agent Carter show? And then Agent Carter comes on.
Yeah.
Like
And then you're just like, well, I've got time. I'll watch this.
Well, I was sort of curious about this, so let's check it out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
That happened to me. I didn't realize that happened to me last year. I was like, wow,
You got
okay.
duped.
I like that. I like just seeing that sort of thing and being like, wow, that's smart.
Someone thought of that.
Smart
Yeah,
stuff.
you gotta
and,
think like
and like because it's a little thing, and if it had, like, I would say that if Netflix did that differently, where if they had like ads that just like force played, or not, maybe not ads, but like trailers that force played for their shows,
Yeah.
I would say that wouldn't work as well because people don't like it when like you go to a website and a video starts playing.
Right.
People don't like that. They want to click on the
They
video.
wanna be in control of
Yeah,
it.
they want to be in control of the video. Except for maybe Netflix, where it just starts playing. Like, but that's all just like BuzzFeed crap, anyways. but when you actually go to a website and it's like maybe not an advertisement, maybe it's like a video talking about what the article is about. People don't like that. They want to read the article or watch the video. They don't want the video to start playing.
Yeah.
So if they had a trailer for something, and as soon as you went to Netflix, it's like, hey, check out this new show. I don't think people would like that.
Right.
But if they stop on House of Cards and it starts playing House of Cards Season 1, Episode 1,
It's like you
they're
chose
like,
it
I was
anyways.
kind of curious about it.
Well, yeah. Then that music plays up. You're like, oh, this is kind of
Yeah,
cool. Let
yeah.
me see what this is all about, right?
Yeah.
That's clever.
And they always, like, with their new content, they always start with their logo. And because you're already on the Netflix app. So, like, so you're going through Netflix, say, on your PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Netflix app. It already hits you with the logo twice. Hits you with
So
the
you
logo.
know where you are, what you're
when
watching.
when you're signing in, it goes boom, and it hits
Yeah.
you with the logo, and then you sign into your account, and in the top left corner you have Netflix up there, so you know what you're watching. So then as soon as you stop on a video
Yeah.
and you get the boom again with the Netflix logo, you're already trusting it because you're
You're in
already
there.
here. You're in
Yeah.
there. It's like having two
Hello?
uncles. It's
I'm in you.
I'm in you. We should get that as a drop.
Oh,
that's-
yes.
that'd be a great drop.
Oh, next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking write that down.
That if our viewers are curious is from Picnic Face, the TV show.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think you
I
can
don't know
find
if
it on
it's-
YouTube.
They don't do it anything
No.
anymore. I can't. I never really seen any updates from them recently. But they did the Power Thirst.
Yeah, Power
Thirst.
Those
Seen
were
that.
those were what hooked me on those. guys.
Halifax, that's a good one to check out too.
Oh,
Halifax.
and yeah, or Hey Africa.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
They did that one.
They were pretty popular for a while. Yeah, Power Thirst was their big seller. They
Yeah,
had
that got
about 4 of those,
millions. Millions of views.
huge. But then they had a TV show that was pretty good.
Yeah,
like
it
it was weird and experimental, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Really weird, but
Yeah.
stupidly funny in a
Yeah,
way.
I really liked it.
Having a booty
Yeah.
party.
I like that because they were trying like different
party.
things, and you know what? That's what Kids in the Hall did, and Kids in the Hall was super successful. So
Yeah.
you know,
You gotta kind of branch out once in a while.
Yeah.
Get that content.
that's
in.
what I'd say is Canada, even for all its faults with creative content, has had some really good success with comedy.
Oh,
Has
yeah.
some really funny people.
Well, like I follow CBC Punchline now, which they post stuff
Right,
from like
yeah.
this hour 22 minutes, this hour is 22 minutes, all that kind of stuff.
I always thought that was sort of like a
And their
eh.
joke articles are like their joke articles are funnier than the this hour is 22 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
they'll post
If you
funny shit. Like,
another podcast to check out is This Is That. It's a
I've heard of that, yeah.
satirical one by the CBC, and it is gold.
Yeah,
I've
It
heard of
is
that.
good.
Well, the guys who do that, they're on actually some CBC shows.
Oh,
like, I think. Oh, I at least I recognize them. I saw like a banner ad for it on CBC's
Oh,
website.
that's cool. I should check
And,
that out. I
um,
don't know this. Okay, cool.
yeah,
it's,
it's actually
really,
really
it's
funny.
really good.
I
um,
like listening to things.
All right, we're back. Yeah, for some reason it just kind of like started stuttering, then it stopped.
Huh.
But just
Stupid.
luckily it was just at the end of when Alec was saying stuff, so that's good. But I guess now that we've
I
kind of
refuse.
wrapped up.
I refuse to be cut off by a computer.
Yeah, you're right.
They will not take my job. Actually, that's kind of the cool thing about my job. Can't be taken by a computer.
Not yet.
Robots can't do
Challenge accepted. I'm going to go into robotics and I'm going to find something.
it. Well, at least it
I'll
won't.
figure it out.
Probably won't happen in my lifetime because that'd have to be one creative robot. Because yeah, there's a creative aspect to my
That's
job.
true. Yeah. Well, there's
It's
an
like a very-
adaptability thing too,
Yeah.
right? That maybe machines won't be able to do for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not too far off, though. I forget who they are, but
Robots can,
Japan.
When robots can make a movie, that's when I'll be like, yeah, you know what?
robots
They
are
can
making
take
music.
over this country.
Robots are making music already.
Yeah, but I
like,
think there's a little.
AI is making music, and it's like, oh, well, this is just
No, maybe there is no
pleasing.
difference. Well, whatever.
no. I'm
Fuck it.
fuck it, dude.
Fuck it,
Just
dude. Let's
fuck it,
just go
man.
bowling.
Fuck it, let's go bowling. Hey, with that, I'm going to play the rest of that song, and we'll probably wrap it up for this week because it's
Yeah.
been a pretty lengthy podcast.
What is this? What is this song
Yeah,
called?
what do we run?
This is called Cobra Style by the
Right.
Teddy
Cobra
Bears.
Style.
I was gonna
Yes.
say the teddy bears, and I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah.
It's not the teddy bears. That's
Yeah.
it's something different.
But yeah, it's super funky, and I actually found it on Amazon. They were selling the acapella, the vocal tracks. I was like, I'm gonna buy this and just play it for the guys, see what they think, because I love this song on its own.
It's an awesome opening credits song.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, it's like he's speaking English, but he's not speaking English, so it's like this is kind of hilarious, you know? Yeah. Well, you should look up the lyrics online when you get a chance, because it's so weird. Like, it's like me. I can't even describe it because it's so fucked up. But thanks for joining us. We're on iTunes now, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Wonderboys.ca.
Hit us up.
Just search the Wonderboys on iTunes. Just download it and play it. And anywhere you go.
Check out our Instagram.
Wonderboys.
There's nothing
Cast.
there yet, but just wait. I got good things.
Well, I gave you the password the other day.
I know.
And I saw nothing popped up.
I didn't want to do anything just yet.
Commented on people's photos.
Yeah, I did comment on a photo.
Oh
I did do that.
God.
We follow like 6 people, so the news feed for us is like very barren right
Very
now.
small.
So I was just like going around fucking with people because it was fun.
That's awesome.
It gives me something to do at work. Okay, just let me have this one.
Okay. Well, you know what? You have fun.
It's gonna be great. I just took some photos. I mean, we're gonna.
Oh, we post them. Yeah, you can find them on Instagram at Wonderboyscast, on Twitter at Wonderboyscast as well. Wonderboys.ca, I think I said that already, and on iTunes. So search the Wonderboys podcast. Thanks for listening. My name's Tim. Sitting to my right is
Alec.
And across from me,
Charles.
thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
That was such a smooth outro.
That was really actually.
That was pro.
Thanks, man.
Oh, jeez, eh?
Pin, bro.
practicing.
This is sweet.
I'm practicing.
Me press trigger, me no press people button. Nobody chat come face me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Them say them a friend and them bad mind me friend. Anytime they ready, fool, anytime stop. 1 or 2, take the long speech from the style is the bomb, the dang, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy.